out there, this is Wake Angel 2001, and this is a very special custom. You see, on Ink Bunny, I participated in a Secret Santa event for all the artists, where we all got paired off against each other to do artwork of each other's characters. The dude I pulled was somebody named Dontamure, and his reference was of these pictures of a couple of characters of his, Dontamure and Mora. Dontamure and Mora, sorry. I haven't actually said these names out loud very many times. I figured I could make both of them in the time frame allotted if I made them out of smaller figures. So the bases are going to be from the Mega Bloks minifigure line. Dontamure, the first guy, is made mostly out of one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the foot soldiers, except I actually had the legs from a Warcraft figure, which had the digitigrade dog foot look that his character has, so, that was convenient. Of course, I start with the head, making things such as the muzzle and ears first, and then waiting for that to harden so I can sculpt on all the hair at my leisure without worrying about misshapening the muzzle or ears while I'm making the hair. So with the character's head made up, I just had to paint it. Dontamure has this kind of a unique look where he does have stripes, but only down the left half of his body, meaning the right half of his face is clear while there's a stripe on the left half. The body has a little bit of chest fluffy made up, but aside from that, it's just a repaint. Again, with some stripes on the left side, but the right side is clean. Now, I don't know if you noticed from the reference picture, but Dontamure has a frankly amazingly ludicrously long tail. At first I thought that he had some kind of tentacle tail thing going on where he had like a whole bunch, but nope, it was just one really long one coiled all around the place. And the only way I could really replicate that look was just to take an entire pipe cleaner without even shortening it and just stick it onto the back of the figure. This way it's light enough that it doesn't throw the figure off balance, and he can coil it up to fit it on a shelf, or he can just have it in whatever position he wants it to be. After that, it's, just a matter of reassembling the figure, because the arms and legs are just straight-up repaints. So let's take a quick look at the completed Dontamure, and, that's Dontamure. I'm not very familiar with this character because I just found out about this guy for the Secret Santa event, but, he's a pretty cool guy. He has this manner of speaking that's just hilarious. I kind of just dig the guy just from the little bit of exposure I've had to him. So let's move on to the other character I made, Mora. Mora is a girl, so of course I used the most convenient female buck, a Mega Bloks Monster High figure. This is Laguna Blue, though I would swap out the hair piece for one from Claudine Wolf, because it just kind of looked more like Mora's hair. So just like, unlike with Dontamure, I didn't have to completely sculpt the head because the Mega Bloks minifigures of Monster High naturally have bigger heads, so it was just more like making her look like a vixen, big ears and a muzzle. Now, the big mod came in the legs, because Mora also has digitigrade legs, and, Monster High figures don't, they just have high heels. So I actually cut the foot off, cut a little bit of material off the leg, so that when I reattached it, it would have an angle, and that creates the digitigrade look of a vixen leg. Now, the upper body, I actually did a thing. I didn't have, I wanted her to have elbows, but when you put in male figure arms into a Monster High arm thing, it makes the shoulders look really broad and unnatural, but I found that rotating them around and turning them the other way actually helps them get closer to the body and look a little bit more natural as, female shoulders. So that, along with a little bit of sculpting on her chest, is how I helped make the figure, look a little bit better. More like what the character looks like. Repainting aside, there was one more bit of significant sculpt. Mora doesn't have quite as extensively crazy a tail as Dontamure has, but she does have a tail, so I sculpted one out of epoxy sculpt. The Mega Bloks figures are too small for me to just repurpose a tail's tail, so, had to make it from scratch. But once that tail is made and attached to the figure, let's take a look at what Mora looks like when completed. So, and there she is. Maybe my experience in Yellow Vixens is a little bit limited, but she kind of reminds me a little bit of Renamon. Yeah, I'm a Digimon fan, and it looks kind of there. You got a fox, she's yellow, she has Fluffy on her chest, She just, happens to have long cascading hair and much bigger ears. But she and Dontamure pair up pretty nicely. Admittedly, I don't really know anything about these characters because, again, I was just introduced to this guy for Secret Santa, but, I hope I captured the looks of his characters pretty well. Alright, so I'm not done for the year, but just in case, I want to wish you all a happy holidays, whatever you celebrate, and hope you stay tuned for my next video, coming hopefully soon.